Welcome everyone to the Smart Connected Assembly Seminar by Alice Coco at Celestica Senai. So I think you have watched some videos just now, some introduction of Atlas Copco. So anyone have heard of Atlas Copco before today? No? Not so surprised. Atlas Copco is a company from Sweden, and it was established about 145 years old ago. About 145. They're about, yeah, 140 years old. Yeah. So we have been in the market for many years. Okay. If those who are using air compressors, we are very famous for air compressors as well. But the team here today is from the tools and assembly system. Okay. So let me introduce my team to you. I'm Tom. I'm the business line manager for Southeast Asia. I'm a Malaysian. I'm based in Malaysia, but I take care of the business in Southeast Asia. Then I have Joe with me. He's my senior sales engineer for the Malaysia market. And then today with me is my product manager, Navin. He's from Thailand. He takes care of all the product and marketing activities for Southeast Asia. Yeah. And of course, the rest of the guys is from our local partner called Future Tech. So all the transactions go through Future Tech. Okay, because we are regional guys, we don't do business directly in Malaysia. Okay, although we have an office in China, but that's mainly for compressors. Yeah. So let's start. Okay, a little bit about the agenda. So what we're going to do is a quick introduction just now. As the title today is Smart Connected Assembly. So what we're going to talk a little bit at the beginning is to show what's the trend in the market about Industry 4.0 in the manufacturing environment. Then of course, let's see how the session goes. We will have a break before we do some hands-on demo. We have two stations here today to show different sort of solution. So what we will do later, we'll split the group into half and half, so you can do some hands-on, see how it works, ask questions, touch the tools. Yeah. Then we'll take about approximately 25 minutes each side. Then we swap. Yeah. Then we will come back and do some summary, and we would like to take a photo with the group as well before we go off. Yeah. Okay. So before we start, I think important is, can I know what's the expectation from you guys today, so that at least you can tell your boss, I wasted 2 hours listening to Alice Copco, but I got something back. So what are the things that you expect when you come into this room? Can I have something so I can write it on the board, so I make sure at least I cover it? Anyone?
Product knowledge, overall product knowledge.
Product knowledge of Alice Copco. Okay, so because you are the first to say something, I'll give you a gift. Okay, yes, for sure, we will show you the product, and I think more importantly is the solution. Okay, product itself, it doesn't make so much. Okay, more importantly is the solution. Yeah, any other expectation? Nak cakap Melayu pun boleh. Nak tahu apa tu Industry 4.0? Okay. How to integrate the smart top to the MES system? Okay. Any other expectation? How to do error proofing? How to improve quality? Any maintenance people here? Any quality people here? Yeah. Pardon? Limitation.
What you can do and cannot do.
Okay. Okay. Okay, what you can do and what you cannot do. the capabilities of the tools. I think it still cannot make a coffee yet.
Were we able to know the working principles of the smartphone?
Yes, yes. Because we have a big team here today, we were actually discussing, shall we go into very detail how it works? Because we will keep that in the slides. If we have enough time, and then we will go through it, the basic of it, how it works. But we'll first tell you what it can do, how it can help you. Then at the back we'll say how we actually do it. Yeah, the recipe and formula. Yeah. So let's start. Anything else? Okay. Oh, yeah.
Alternative
Yeah.
solution instead of renewable.
Okay. So different type of solutions for tightening. Okay. This one I purposely make a few slides for that because I know every customer have a challenge when their boss asks them, hey, go and get a tools to assemble this thing. Then you have a lot of questions in your mind. You go through that. How to select the tool. Yeah. Okay. Nothing else, then we can go. Yeah. Okay, this is from the Celestica website. So Celestica talking about one of their focus is to deliver customer value, the culture of defect prevention, elimination, process management, and control. So how Celestica going to do it? You're going to invest in the business to make sure you give a very good product to your customer through automation and turning customers' feedback into action and drive improvement. So the keyword is improvement, automation, and detect prevention of errors, right? So that's Celestica's way of doing business. So how does Atlas Copco can come in and help? So as a partner here, there's a few things we can do. We can help you to set up a zero-fault assembly line, a flexible solution so that you can change very quickly. You can have automation-ready solution. So when it's time to move to the automation, you can easily integrate the current solution into automation. Okay, fully connected and integrated solution. We're talking about data collection, and all these tools are connected wirelessly or even wired. Yeah. And smart and intelligent screwdrivers. All these we're talking about is programmable. You have sensors. You have a lot of intelligence in it. Okay, provide full data analysis. So we are moving towards the Industry 4.0. We are talking about data. Yeah. So what is the trend in manufacturing? I talked a little bit about Industry 4.0 just now. Yeah. So anyone really know what is Industry 4.0? Okay, we'll go through that. Yeah. Okay. So right now the trend, we're talking about high efficiency. I think your boss always says that. Sustainable. We need to have the age of intelligence. We're talking about AI now, artificial intelligence. We're talking about full connectivity. Yeah. Internet of Things. Okay. Everyone uses Google, right? Everyone uses YouTube, Facebook. Yeah. So smart manufacturing is the word for the team like Celestica. And Industry 4.0. So anyone can tell me what is Industry 4.0? Not really, yeah? Okay. So I give you a very good example. Industry 4.0. Do you use YouTube? YouTube? Yeah? So you realize, how come YouTube always know what I wanted to watch? They always recommend things that I like to watch. How do they do it? Basically, they're analyzing your behavior or what sort of videos you like to watch, and then they search through their database and recommend things that they believe you like to watch. Okay? So they are basically using data to make prediction of what's going to happen. So they recommend it to you before you select it to watch. Okay? And nowadays, have anyone have a smart house? Not yet, yeah. I recently started it a little bit. I'm using a Google Home, connected it to my, I bought a bulb. I can talk to Google. Can you switch on my lights? It will switch it on. Can you change my lights to blue? It will do it. And the investment, 250 ringgit. I think it's reasonable. Okay. So that's the current trend. Okay. Is today. It's not future. Yeah. Have you heard of X70? Proton X70? Yeah. That's another example of Industry 4.0. Yeah. Okay, this is how Alice Copco make the Industry 4.0 in the manufacturing environment. So we can use if you scan who is the operator, you'll get every single little data of the operator when they are doing the operation. So the tools will be able to detect every single tightening. Okay, we have software to show the operator when to tighten it. Okay, and once it's done, there's feedback. Yeah, there's data to analyze graph and everything. Yeah, we have nice reports, CPK, so easily the quality team can do all this analysis. You want to zoom in, we can always have the data for you to zoom. Okay, X-bar chart, histogram, and it's also customizable. Okay, and we are linking all our solutions together so that it will always close the loop. Okay, when you buy the tools, make sure you have the tools registered, and you need to have maintenance is all captured in the loop, so we know whether you go for doctor or not. Yeah, go to doctor, what medicine you take is all recorded. Okay, it's already the implementation. We have a lot of customers across the world is already using it. Yeah, so that's the glimpse of how it looks like. Yeah. So then again, Industry 4.0, a little bit about it. So when we talk about Industry 4.0, means 4 means you have 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. So the first 1.0 was when we have the steam engine. Long time ago we used the Buffalo. Then after that we have our steam engine. That was the first. The second was mass production, Henry Ford. So we're talking about mass production. Then the third one was talking about all these sensors, automation. Yeah, that was 3.0. And 4.0 is basically talking about data. Yeah, wirelessly connected with data. So this is in our everyday life right now. But how are we going to apply this to the manufacturing environment? So that's the key of today. So in Alice Copco, we see the trend. More and more of our customers was asking for wireless tools. Okay, it's easier. One of my customers said, "I doesn't want the tail," means the cable. Yeah, without the cable, it's so much easier. Okay, and then we also have a lot of customers who are requesting for our software, the ToolsNet 8 software, because they want to connect their all the tools, so that they can get the data for analysis. So we can see the trend is coming. Yeah, and we also know the future of the customer's requirement. Product is getting more complicated, a lot of mixed. Okay, you cannot have one model. Even iPhone have to have so many models now. Yeah, and one product is becoming more and more complicated. It used to be just a handphone, now it's everything. Or your product assembly is getting more complicated. Okay, human factor, we are talking about you don't need to train your operator so much, ergonomics, safety, so it's a lot of stuff. And of course, sustainability, energy. Yeah. So in Alice Copco, we wanted to help you in the sense of increasing your uptime. We wanted to reduce the defects, easier new product implementation. So if you have a new product, very quickly you can start your line. Okay, improve productivity. Human interaction is easier, and of course a reduction in energy use. So these are some of the focus of Alice Copco in the manufacturing environment using an Industry 4.0. And what we wanted to do is not only on the tightening solution, but we wanted to give you a full capabilities. So from specification of what you need, setup, management of the line, the real production optimization, doing oil proofing, quality assurance. So we're talking about calibration, checking every tightening, the joint is correct or not, okay? And traceability with all the softwares. Okay, this is how the software looks. Later you're going to see it. So these are some of the things that the software can do for you. So if I were to show you, this is the line setup. Okay, so what we're going to have is like, okay, we will have one controller as such. One of your team here is already using some smart torque screwdriver. That was the previous generation where one tools to one controller. The new ones is one controller go up to 6 tools. Okay, so you don't need to have so many controllers. Yeah, and so you don't need so many controllers, and all these 6 tools are connected together wirelessly via Wi-Fi. Yeah. So this is one of the station how it looks like. In certain situation, you need a cable tool, so you can connect it to okay, this is the controller, and you can have operator guidance, process control like this. Yeah. Then you can have things like pick to light, okay, connected wirelessly. Yeah. In the next station, you don't even need a controller, so it's we call it virtual station. Yeah. Okay, the tools will be wireless. So there's a HMI here, so that the operator can see the details that they normally see on the controller. And some accessories and sockets like that. If you seen it later, we'll show you. It's also wireless. Yeah. So in other stations is where you need, for the QA team, they need to check the tools or check the tightening was it done correctly. So things are also wireless. So this is a wireless smart wrench. Okay. Then we can have this card where you, instead of doing it at the tool grip, you can push the card around to do torque checking. Yeah. Okay, and this all will be connected together via some softwares to make sure to let you have a total visibility and control of the tightening process in your plant. Yeah. So this is a little bit high level, but we'll go into details later. So we talk about the software. So how it increase uptime and so forth. So let me go through a little bit about the key software that we're having it here is called ToolsNet 8. What it does is that every tightening of the tools here, no matter is this battery smart tools or this mechanical click wrench, is all connected to the software and is collecting every data of every single tool. It knows what is the torque that you apply. Okay, we can program it and all can give feedback to the operator whether you do a good job or no. Okay, so every single thing is collected to here. If we are doing the tightening with these tools, we can even have all the graph. Every single tightening, you have a tightening graph. So based on all this data, we can do a lot of analysis. Why do we need to do all this analysis? Give an example. We can throw your maybe 20,000 graph together and see how is the trend of okay or not okay tools, the tightening, yeah. So then you can see trends. So for example, if you've done this is a real example, yeah, from our customer. So if you have so many tightenings and you have 0.6% of NG, it's 1,000 over tightenings, yeah. So then you can see what could be the reasons of this. Then you zoom in. Okay, this is what we actually found out. But how do we do it? So by looking at the trace of torque is high, then we drill down and check what could be the possible reason. Then we found out a few of the issues: misalignment parts, tilted screws, damaged sleeve, robot positioning or damaged bits. Okay, these are some of the problems. So then we also zoom into others, then we have a lot of other information. So eventually what we can do is we detect even by a day, which day of the month that the problem comes. Sometimes it's operator training. So if you can detect using all these graph, then you can prevent it from happening again. Yeah. So this is how we analyze to get the root cause. So those days we are talking about doing all this, but now we are talking about analytics and transparency. So we have to be predictive. So we want to predict what is going to happen. The only way to predict is to have data. Okay, if YouTube doesn't have your data, this is the first time you use YouTube, there's no way it can recommend you the correct type of program that you want to watch. So right now today, for manufacturing is that first you must buy tools that can collect data. Then with the data, you can analyze and predict what is going to happen. Then you can do improvement. Yeah. So that's the idea. So of course, you do it, use it for startup, line maintenance and optimization. So it's everywhere. So we are doing it for every single service. Yeah. So that's a little bit about the smart connected assembly. It's a little bit high level maybe, but it's the trend nowadays. Okay, I think now it's a bit too fast for the break. Okay, let's do the break later on here. Okay, what are the common challenges in tightening that you are facing today? Is the speed okay? Yeah. So if you couldn't hear me, tell me. Okay, so we see the iceberg very often, but we always say we see the tip of the iceberg. But when we see a not okay, actually there could be many issues. Okay, we could be at the top you see productivity. Yeah, your boss say a lot not okay, but at the bottom you have a lot of other problems. Even false okay fastening, you think it's okay, but it's actually not okay. Later we'll show you. Even you look at your eyes, you think this is okay. Our tools will tell you it's not okay. Yeah. Floating screws is normal for low torque. If you have any low torque application, operator errors, everyone make mistakes. Okay, but how can the tools help the person not to make mistakes? Failures and U rate. So this is very important. Root cause analysis. Just how we just show you. Yeah, these are some of the things you need to do. And what are the challenges in choosing tightening tools? Yeah, that was a question being thrown just now. How to choose a tool? Yeah. So when you get a question from your boss, okay, we have a new line here. Go and get some tools. Then you will ask yourself, what tools to use? Yeah. Then maybe you ask yourself, what is more important? Normally, is it productivity? We want to make it very fast, or we want to have very high quality, or because the product is very critical, or is the tools must be easily maintained, or you want it very ergonomics and safe, yeah. And but last one I didn't put cost saving. Okay, so normally that's very important. But when I ask my customer, normally they say I want all. Yeah, but deep in your mind, I think if I ask you to put a priority, mesti ada which one is more important. Yeah, so it depends on the time. So then the next question you ask yourself, okay, then what should I do? Should I use a power tool? Power tools means a pneumatic tool or electric tool, or a manual tool. Manual tool is macam ni. This is a mechanical wrench. It's a manual one. Okay, what should you use? Okay, there's no right or wrong. It's just which is more proper. And if you want to use power tool, what type of power tool? In the market, there's so many. Yeah, you have all these called like impact wrench, power tools, direct drive, electric tools, and so many. Oh, you will confuse. Okay. Then you know what is RPM? The rotation speed. Then what speed you should use? One glance you say the higher better because it's faster, right? That's the assumption, but in reality that's not right. Sometimes it's too fast. The RPM is fast doesn't mean the productivity is high. Okay, so it doesn't necessary. Okay, and then what is the target torque? sometimes you get a spec sheet to say what is the target torque of the product, but sometimes you don't get it. So then what should you do? Yeah. So you need to understand a little bit of everything. Okay. Do you need a click wrench to check the torque of final clicking? It depends. Okay. And in the market, there's a lot of belief. Okay. You believe, for example, just now you mentioned high speed means high productivity. It's just a belief. It's not true. Okay. Actually, okay. Some of the other thing is a lot of customers think that they start with a power tool and then end with a click wrench. It's always a very good solution because this is fast and then this is quality. Yeah. But if you really think about it, the productivity and the quality, then let me show you this video. This is a video on showing if you are using a power tools with a click wrench versus a smart tool. Of course, with a smart tool, you don't need a click wrench. How much can it be faster? So you have 3 steps to do. You have to tighten to the top, then you have to verify with a click wrench, and the third is that you have to marking. Yeah, that's a normal procedure in a lot of the customers. In the electric tools, you will tighten, you will read what's the top, and then you will do a traceability, capture the data in the server, so it's finished at 30 seconds. Okay, this is the second process. Use a click wrench to check. And then there is the third process of marking. Okay, I'm not too sure do you do marking. Okay, so this is what basically you are doing today, something like this. Okay, so you can easily shorten the time by maybe 60% if you're using a smart tool. Yeah. So, and then a lot of people say electric tool is very expensive, the intelligent tool is very expensive. But I do not know what is the reason. Why should I spend so much money? One tool can maybe buy a car sometimes. Okay, so some of the good benefit is error proofing. How can it error proof? Some of it is like, for example, you have 6 nuts to tighten here. If you only tighten 5, it will not allow you to open up the jig to go to the next one. Or you're supposed to have a washer and you've forgotten to put the washer. You will know. Okay, or you put in the wrong top. No, it doesn't work. It will give you not okay. Later you try. Yeah.
If the length of the screw different, can
it can be programmed and we will know. Okay, for example, you're supposed to use
2 inches.
2 inch and you accidentally use 3 inch, for example.
Yeah.
In certain sense, we can program it to detect that as well. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of error proofing capabilities. It can work with software like this to further error proof it, because air tools you cannot, because no signal, yeah, no feedback. Yeah. It improves productivity. Like just now you saw already, with your power tools, click wrench, marking, easily you save 60%. Yeah. Then it can actually replace many tools. Why do I say that? Because normally one tool like this, you only set one top, right? So, but this tool, you can just do a barcode scan, and then you change the target top accordingly. So you can keep up to like 200-300 different programs within the range. So you can replace so many tools. Yeah, so you don't need to keep so many. Yeah. So maintenance also is easier. Purchasing also don't need to buy so many stuff. Reaction force. You know what is reaction force? Anyone know? If you have used this type of tools before, you will know that when you reach the target top, you will. Okay, it's a very bad thing. It only happens in electric tools like this. But today we want to show you, we have came up with the solution. There's no reaction force. Or we're talking about up to 70 Newton meter. Anyone know how much is 70 Newton meter? Anyone know what is 70 Newton meter? Layman term lah, you talk Asia. Greater Asia. Asia, Greater Berdua Asia. Lebih kurang dia punya top, I think is about 60 to 70 maybe. That car generate about 60 to 70 meter of torque. That engine. That amount of torque. Yeah? So these two can go up to 60 to 70 millimeter of torque, no reaction force. Okay, so that's the technology that we have today. Yeah. Maintenance. If you have used this sort of tools, anyone used this sort of tools before? Now, I think, sorry. If you're still using this sort of tools, how often do you need to do a torque check? How often do you need to do maintenance? You know how? Yeah, too many already. You know how often you need to do on this? Once a year. And some of my customers don't even do once a year, and still so accurate. They say, always accurate, why should I do it? Okay, that's how it looks like. So if we have saved so much time on maintenance, your downtime on the line, the manpower, the parts component, everything you add up, hey, it doesn't make sense to spend so much time on maintenance, right? Okay, and it reduced reverb because improved quality error-proofing actually reduced reverb. Okay, yeah. So I think that value helps a lot. Okay, I also want to give a snapshot on how to Atlas Copco do error-proofing for solution for the customers. Of course, not everyone need to drive a Mercedes. Someone want to start with a Berdua Asia, then slowly upgrade, right? So we have different solutions to different application and customers. For this step one are tools that boleh set top. Okay, yang ni boleh set top, so it's considered step one. Yeah. But in the market, everyone thought that this is a very good tool. This is one of the more advanced because a lot of them are using manual, don't know what top apply, baptizer. Okay. But what we do is step one is very, very basic. The step two is tools that can help you to count screws. If you need to tighten 40 screws, you will make sure you do 40 good tightening screws before allow you to move on. That is called step two. Okay, still very basic. Then we go to step three. Step three, we are talking about tools that can help you to detect what's the final torque and also the rotation of angle, proper rotation by degree, so that you know, kalau they're out, then you is something wrong. So these are the tools that to make sure that particular joint, the particular joint that you're tightening is okay. Okay, this tool can do that. Then the fourth one is we're talking about tools that need to tighten very critical application. So you must have the capability to do traceability. Okay, so you know you can call back data whether it was done correctly. You want to do analysis to do improvement, you must have that capability. So this is step 4. And step 5 is, of course, now we're talking about Industry 4.0, where all the data is linked up in the whole plant with all the analysis stuff. So we're talking about step 5, which is zero fault fastening. Yeah. So it depends on where you want to go. Then we recommend different solutions. We have many different solutions. Yeah. So okay. Any question on this? I've been talking quite a lot. Any question? Any particular thing you feel that I should put more focus on? Okay, never mind. So let's move a little bit. I think everyone has seen for too long already. Shall we have a break before we come back for the demo?
Yes.
Okay, then let's start with the product demo. You can stand up. So let's split our group here to 2. Maybe the one on my right, you go to this side, and those on my left to this side. Yeah. So we will take about 25 minutes. Yeah. During this ask question, please try to use the tools and have a feel. Yeah.
lah boleh masuk.
Syafiq tanya soalan kat sini
Saya faham. Saya nak application dia.
Kau banyak komplain.
Saya ada application dia. Saya teori saya tak tahu.
My name is Harvey from Thailand. Do you have question during the presentation, please? Yes. So the first thing we talk about that controller, the new model of this year.
Because CF 6000 or power focus 6000.